Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Test Engineering Labs. Today we are going to continue with a series of agile tutorials that we're going to create. So, in the initial tutorial, we had discussed how agile works, how do we have scrum calls, and who all are the people who are involved in agile. Now, a very important part in agile is user stories. Okay, so before we discuss anything about user stories, let me explain to you what we mean by user stories. So, if a product, if a client has certain requirements from a product, like what functionality he is expecting, or what other enhancements he wants to be done in that software product that we have. So all those requirements are gathered by business analysts, and after the discussion with development team, what they do is they write all those requirements in the form of user stories. Okay, so user stories are nothing but the requirements that developers and the testing team have to work upon. So, you know, so actually, so let's see this point. How do we write the user stories? The product owner, that is the business analyst, should not hand stories off to the development team. They should rather be a part of conversation together, or better yet, write them as a team. Okay, because there are certain requirements to which the development team can contribute to. Maybe they can enhance what the business is expecting. So all those things could be taken care of. Now, you know how the user story has to be written. There is a specific format that certain companies follow. So, as a user, I want an ability to do this task so that this happens. Okay. So this is how the user story is written. We can see an example later on, but this is kind of a format that is generally followed so that even a non-technical person can understand that what is the requirement which is expected out of this user story. Okay, so other than the first few lines that we saw, that as a whatever type of a user, I want that ability to do this so that this happens. Along with that, there is an acceptance criteria in the user story. So what do we mean by acceptance criteria is what is the expected behavior of system that is described in the acceptance criteria. For example, suppose we will take some different example than the software. Suppose we have a calculator. In acceptance criteria, what I'm trying to mention is that if I include two integers and hit the plus button for that on that calculator, I should get the addition of those two numbers. But if I enter the string values and I put that plus operator there, I should get the concatenated string. Suppose we have a software application like that. So that kind of a behavior of system, that if I am entering the string values, if I'm adding them, what would be the result? Do I want their ASCII values to be added, or do I want the strings to be concatenated? And when I'm adding the integer, what result am I looking for? So all those things are mentioned in acceptance criteria. And based on acceptance criteria itself, the test cases are written, so that if certain thing doesn't happen as per the acceptance criteria, we can say that the test case has failed. Or if it is working as per the acceptance criteria, we can say that the test case is passing. Okay, now we do have certain things that we can say should be considered when we are designing a user story, that it should be independent, then details can be worked upon by the conversation, and the values, the estimate should be clear enough for that. It should be deliverable in the sprint, and it should be testable within that sprint. Okay, so we'll just discuss all those points in detail. Okay, So we do have kind of an example over here of a user story. So not really a user story because the requirements and acceptance criteria is not mentioned over here. But see, this is how the user story begins. As a user, I can cancel the reservation. Okay, and what will I have in acceptance criteria? Suppose I'll have an acceptance criteria below points. Okay, uh, so let's assume that this is a flight reservation system. So uh, a user should have an ability to reserve the flight on the dates that he has mentioned. Now, I want a cancel button on that screen where he will see what all reservations that he has made. So that cancel button should be there. Okay, it should be enabled, and it should be enabled until the date of that flight arrives. For example, if you have a reservation on 3rd of June, okay, so that button, cancel reservation button, would be only available till 2nd of June. It wouldn't be available, or it won't be enabled on 3rd June, is what my acceptance criteria is. So this is how the user story is written. Now, there are different tasks from the development and testing team that are considered in the user story. So, what are those tasks? So, if you take a look at these steps, these are the tasks that the dev team performs. So, they'll design the UI, they'll develop the CSS and HTML structure for that, they'll create the database fields, and they'll do a lot of other things, acceptance testing and all of those things. Okay, and from the automation testing perspective, what all things would be done as a part of the same user story is they'll create the test data to test this user story, and they will write the test cases. They'll do analysis of what all test cases are manual and what are automation feasible test cases. For the automation feasible test cases, they'll write scripts to automate that. So all these things are the tasks that are involved in a user story. Okay. Now, estimating. So if you have actually observed this carefully, you can see here estimate is 8 points. Okay. So estimate is the way that we judge a user story. So when we have a user story for analysis, what a development and testing team does is they analyze user story on different terms, like how lengthy is that user story, how big is it, how complex is that, how much efforts are involved, how many people or resources are needed to work on it. Does it only involve the UI work, or would it have some backend work as well? And from testing perspective, do they have to test from backend, I mean the database testing, and they'll have to check the UI as well. So all those things and analysis of all the efforts that are required to test a user story or to develop a user story are done in the user story estimation. Okay, so there are certain points that everybody agrees to, considering the efforts of everybody who's working on that particular user story is concerned. So if you take a look at it, those points are generally the Fibonacci numbers. So we know how the Fibonacci series goes on. It's 0, 1, and then onwards it's just the addition of previous two digits. Okay. So this is how it is. So what happens is during the calls when user story discussion takes place between the business analyst, the development team, and testing team, after the user story has been explained to everybody that is on the call, they ask to give the pointers or the estimation for that user story, and those numbers have to be one of those Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so if we see here that we do have certain pointers that are decided it, so it's either 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 13. So I've not seen any user story which is more complex than 13 itself. Even 13 itself is quite rare to see, because mostly we do have less complex user stories, as we need to understand and make sure that they can be delivered in one sprint, which is like a very less span. So if a user story is 8 pointer, the efforts are analyzed from development and testing teams perspective. Everybody's efforts are analyzed, and you know if that if development team is comfortable in delivering that user story within the sprint, and also the testing team is confident that they'll complete the testing of this user story in the same sprint, then that user story is taken up with the 8 pointer as is. But if there is any risk from anyone of who's working on that user story that they may not be able to deliver that sprint, that's when people consider splitting this user story into two less complex user stories, so that different developers can work on that, and similarly it's easier for the testing team as well to test that user story. So this is how actually the agile estimation is takes place. So the basic two important points that we saw in this tutorial today is user stories and the estimation for user stories. So all we have to say is that the testing or development in software industry happens as per the requirements that are received from clients. Those requirements are uh, communicated in the form of user stories. We have seen how is the format of user stories, and based on those user stories, after the analysis the pointers are decided. So that's it that we have in this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next session for agile. Thanks everyone.